Now then, when you think Sherlock Holmes, maybe you think deerstalkers, magnifying glasses and a pipe or two. Not anymore. Jude Law and Robert Downey Jr. premiered Guy Ritchie's brand spanking new version last night, which is a cracker. You're going to get a chance to see it on Boxing Day, and the two of them are fantastic. How do they get on, though? Well, it's all elementary, my dear Garraway.
Ah.
Are we in trouble?
Guys, it's lovely to see you. Really enjoyed the film. Loved the film. I've been a huge Sherlock Holmes fan from when I was a little boy. And what I loved about this was it was so different to what I was expecting. Primarily because Watson's not the Watson that I grew up seeing on telly.
Oh, I mean, yes, indeed. I grew up watching the same Watson. And, you know, you go back to the books, and suddenly that's not the Watson that Conan Doyle wrote about. Yeah. Conan Doyle wrote about this man who, first of all, is writing the stories.
Yes.
Secondly, is, you know, just come back from Afghanistan, where he was decorated as a soldier and took a bullet and got shrapnel in his leg. And
bit of a ladies' man, bit of a gambler. Speaking of which, in The Sense of Destiny with Mr. Law's very presence, what was your first job?
I actually did do one of those Sherlock Holmes.
You did an original one?
I was with
Jeremy. You was a day player. How old were you?
I was 17.
Wow.
And I played a stable boy who was used in a ruse to make an insurance scam.
And so here you are now being Watson to Robert's Sherlock Holmes. Which is, I mean, I think the two characters are wonderful, but your Holmes is so cool. I mean, he's really, really cool. Don't you think?
Well, I mean, it's the Guy Ritchie version of it. And I got to show up and do that, you know. It's always a little bit daunting, and tell me if you felt this way, you know. You know the type of guys who have been in Ritchie's other movies, right?
Yeah.
And you feel like they're this kind of tight-knit little band.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing, you know, Brad Pitt in Snatch, and I go, that was so cool.
Yeah.
And it was so bad. It's like, I wonder if we're going to measure up. But the truth is, Guy doesn't think of things that way. He kind of approaches everything like it's just about creating a good atmosphere on set. But what we have is a huge, iconic literary character, and we're looking at storyboards for fight sequences that seem to have no end. We have 75 days, you know, how are we going to do this?
The fight sequences, there's no hiding for you. That was you doing those scenes.
I was having a blast. I need to say his name, David Garrick. God bless your heart. Because Guy would just say, yeah, it's not right yet, punch him again, punch him harder.
I knew Dave. I worked on Cold Mountain with him.
That's
and
right.
I'd heard about the fight sequence, and I was looking forward to seeing him. And when I got to set the next day, he came over all like that. Yeah, the fight went fantastically well. He was literally... Because he'd been hit in the face all day.
Holmes, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Are you wearing a...
False nose? No.
Tell me that wasn't...
Holmes! Where are you going?
Robert, were you nervous at all about coming and shooting this very iconic British character with the English accent in the UK?
If I hadn't done Chaplin, it would have been terrifying, but, you know, somewhere back in the old days, I remember that I was scared at first, and then it went away. And I went and saw old Lord Attenborough last night, and he seems rather interested too. So we might just have approval across the boards. I know I'm getting a lot of feedback from friends of mine who are saying their kids can't wait to come see what Jude and I did with this.
The film is I think it's fantastic. I really loved it. And Jude, you're just back from New York.
Yes.
We've had this extraordinary success, quite rightly, in Hamlet, which must have been brilliant. I mean, just a really wonderful thing for an actor.
It was wonderful.
And to come home, is it slightly frustrating for you that you come home, you've got this great film to promote, and suddenly the British press aren't necessarily interested in the work and they want to get to the other stuff about your life?
Yeah, but I don't really read the British press, so to be honest, I'm here and I'm enjoying this ride.
So you can focus on what's going on here.
And listen,
I can, yeah, because,
here's the God's honest truth. No one's getting the gossip except me. And I will die with those secrets. So you just might as well stop trying.
Guys, it's great to see you. Thank you so much for chatting.
Thank you for coming.
Really, really, really enjoyed the film as well, and I think you're absolutely right. I think everyone's going to be converted. And the sequels, can't wait for the sequels.
Well, the situation we're in is we hope people will enjoy it and come and see it, and enjoy it as much as we enjoyed making it. And if they do, then we'll make more for them.
Yeah.
But I also rely on people coming to see this so that I can see this guy again. Our friendship hangs in their hands.
That's reason if ever there was reason.
Great, doesn't it?
There's this wonderful thing in it that Guy Ritchie designed, which they called Holmes vision, which is where you kind of get a preview of what's about to happen, and Holmes discusses in his head exactly what he's going to do during a fight in super, super slow motion. So when they're talking about the fight, there's no stunt doubles or anything, they actually do it, and then it spills back and you see it in real time, and it just is so compelling.
Sounds brilliant. I love the idea of that guy getting punched in the face all day. It's a bit like your role here, isn't it, with me?
Very similar. I know, I
Give
was
you a
identifying with
was
him.
it? Were you? Yeah.
Battered and bruised, I come off. It's been a great morning this morning.
It's been a great show.
If only I was a chihuahua.
If you haven't watched the first hour of the show, that will mean nothing. And you can see